What's going on, y'all? I know it's been a minute, but welcome back to another Epic 7 video. We have this week's Epic 7 update, February 26th, and I know at least, right, even though this is 52 seconds, that there is some content to talk about. We are going to check out the Taeyou, ML Taeyou video. I have a lot of hopes, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But first, let's go ahead and check out the 1-minute summary, see if there's anything new in here to discuss before the the big character reveal. I'm assuming that's going to be a majority of today's sort of coverage, and I guess we get a little sneak peek here, but stay tuned. We'll check out that separate video, his entire showcase and all that. He does look cool, but I am all out of mystics, so I'm hoping he's not insane. We have the new guild inheritance, and as well as the new Guild Wars season, Grit season ending. And if you guys didn't know, they did post kind of some more information on Stove about the Guild War revamp that is coming soon. Hopefully that they have like a separate video, more coverage and more info for us here shortly. We have some UI improvements as per usual. What does this actually do? Let's see. Substat enhancement count will be displayed. Okay, I remember they talked about this previously. Kind of cool. Definitely nice quality of life. We have some drop rate ups. Always skip these banners. And then we have the custom group summon coming. All right, guys. We'll talk about that one as well, maybe in another video. Because today I mostly want to focus on Taeyou. But be aware if you have been stocking up some bookmarks, or if you have some just bookmarks in general, these are very nice. And I think for me personally, I'm going to try to get some artifacts depending who's on there. But yeah, looks very good. I'm excited for that. And is there anything else here? We have the Taeyou banner, Successor Taeyou with Ayola, some people say. And I think that's it. All right. Come jump over to the showcase video, guys, and we'll talk about ML Taeyou. All right, y'all. I kind of mentioned that I'm hoping he's not super insane, because I personally have 0 mystics left in the piggy bank. And yeah, I spent everything for Lone Wolf Para. Don't regret it at all. And honestly, just based on looks, I would pull her anyways. But yeah, let's go ahead and see. For those of you that are excited for Successor Taeyou, let's see how good, or maybe not good, his initial, impressions are. So let's go get this volume ready.
Doubt my skills.
Let's check it out.
Come, let me teach you your place.
Okay,
I
okay.
never thought I'd end up using it here.
Unsheath the
That
sword.
desperate to bleed?
Light warrior. All right.
Taeyou is the one who rose to the title of #1 at Gone High after the disbanding of the biker gang Sura. Because of his shrouded past, many questioned his skills and
those
stepped up
defensor
to
helmets?
challenge him. However, when the day of the duel arrived, they either vanished without a trace or were mysteriously expelled. Now, no one dares approach him, wary of his ever-present blade and the dreadful whispers that surround him. Rumors are that he is the successor to one of the region's clans and has even left a body in his wake. Successor Taeyou is
Okay, we'll take it from here, guys. He definitely looks cool, especially for those of you that like Taeyou in general. All the designs so far have been pretty good, in my opinion, at least for the Moonlights. But Successor Taeyou, we got a Light Warrior here, 109 base speed with attack imprints. All right, that's a Libra stat line. So let's go ahead and skip forward here and check out these skills. I haven't seen anything just yet, but skill 2, we're leading off. We got a passive Spirit Invocation. So he's a fighting spirit unit, which could be a little, a little tumultuous in this current ecosystem of characters that can kind of just stop resources. But regardless, he starts the first battle with 40 fighting spirit. When combat readiness of an enemy is decreased, gains fighting spirit equal to the amount of combat readiness reduced. Let me read that again so I can wrap my own head around this. When combat readiness of an enemy is decreased, he gains fighting spirit equivalent to that. That is very interesting. And when fighting spirit is full at the end of a turn, right, I'm assuming at 100, consumes all fighting spirit, increasing combat readiness of the caster by 100% and grants possession. Is that the same ability we have for, who was it? Is it Abyssal Euphine? Or is that the Spirit Eye? No. We'll see in a second. But we got Fighting Spirit here, right? We can increase that. That's another 20. So we start the battle with 60 Fighting Spirit. And we can increase that whenever combat readiness of an enemy is decreased. And we'll see if there's any other ways to get it. But that'll give us, he'll pretty much like get an extra turn. Unless something gets mitigated here with combat readiness, and he'll get possession, which I guess we'll find out soon what all that entails. But let's see the animation here for the S2 passive. So we have Zio leading off here, and I'm using. Is this left side Zio? We're using him to enable the CR. So we do push back quite a bit, right? So Zio has a big combat readiness pushback, and that I might have missed it here, but I think that procced us to full fighting spirit because we start with 60. Possession, so CR bar goes instantly full, and we are now possessed. Let's go and see what that gives us here. So skill 3 is Azure Phantom. Unleashes power, dispelling 2 buffs from all enemies. And it's 60% chance, 5, 10, 15, 25. So it's an 85% chance for 2-turn defense break. Very solid for granting invincibility to the caster for 1 turn. When the caster is granted possession, which we just talked about, right, guys, from the skill 2 passive, extends buff duration of the caster by 1 turn and grants an extra turn. Oh my goodness. I'm already seeing some combo potential here. But possession, all buffs increased by 1 turn, and then grants an extra turn on top of that. So we skip the 100% CR. We take that turn, and then we get an extra turn after we unleash this big skill 3. We'll see the damage here, at least the one they show in the showcase. We can also soulburn that to ignore ER and get the strip plus the D-breaks, right? Now, do keep in mind, guys, even if you do soulburn, right? Just like units like Ambitious Tywin, when he ignores effect resist, you can still miss the debuff chance. There's a 15% chance here, so don't get surprised when you do. In fact, when you're hitting 4 targets, right, you will always dispel. However, sometimes you will miss those D-breaks, 50%. We all know how bad 50% can be in this game. But let's go ahead and check out the damage and the animation once more, because it is a good animation. Let's see here. So did they soulburn it? I wasn't watching. But let's see. Sheath the sword. Oh, guys, wait a second. Interesting. I assumed that was a damage attack. No, it's not. It's just it's an ability. Yeah, you don't attack with it. That's my fault for not reading that part, but it's just it's kind of like a castable effect. Now we do lead into the skill 1. But let's see here again real fast. And I think in actuality, yeah, he only land 2 of the D-breaks. She did have skill effect nullifier. And then we lead into the skill 1. Okay, very interesting. So maybe more of a setup unit rather than his own, he's not the one dealing big damage. Now we do have skill 1 though. Attack the enemy with a spear, decreasing combat readiness by 20%, which will also give him more fighting spirit, right? To, I guess, lead back into the possession, the skill 2 passive again. So he always crits. All right, guys, keep that in mind. We don't need to build crit chance on this dude. And when the skill is used, if it was not triggered by a dual attack and the caster is granted possession, which we should be, activates Roaring Spiritfall instead. So it's interesting. It says when the skill is used, if not triggered by dual attack, that means, I'm assuming that means we can still activate this via like counter attack. So we can build him as a counter unit, and we don't need crit chance either. He is a warrior, right? So there's a lot of build potential here. But let's read Roaring Spiritfall. Increase attack of the caster for 2 turns, as long as we're possessed. And before attacking the enemy by striking from above. Is this single target? A successful attack will always result in a critical hit. Same thing. And this cannot trigger a dual attack. I think that's a single target attack. But self-attack up. And then let's see the damage. And additionally, right, guys, not even talking about the counter effects, but remember, after the skill 3, we get the extra turn, so we can land this skill 1 when we're possessed. Then we get the Roaring Spiritfall. So we have self-attack up, always critting. And typically your opponent will have someone in defense broken, right? Because we have an AoE 85% chance to defense break. And let's see the damage here. He's going to that haste because we did land that D-break, as we saw in the previous showcase. So this is a Proof of Valor Blood Moon haste, but with that D-break, guys. And he is a light unit, so he does get a little bit of bonus damage here. But a D-broken Blood Moon haste, even through Aureus, still takes 25.856 damage. So not bad at all. The self-attack up, the auto crits means we can just build big like attack, big crit damage, ignore crit chance. And with the 2-turn invincibility, is this the last year? Yeah. It seems like we just go all damage on him and try to sort of pseudo cleave our opponents. The thing is, it's only single target though. So I'm curious what people are going to bring here. Zio seems like a very, very strong option. The combat readiness automatically procs him. There's a lot of units with combat readiness in the game. And if you have units that do like AoE combat readiness push too, I'm assuming every single instance will proc him. And the fact that he starts at 60 doesn't seem too difficult to get him into this effect, right? And just like the other Taeyou, we can also use him against units that either have a lot of effect resist or want to stack a lot of buffs. Just be mindful that, like for Zio, we do have to make sure we get that combat readiness to enable him. Very interesting kit, though, guys. I'm curious what people will think about this. Just before we even talk about the showcase, actually, you know what? Let's watch. You guys know the drill. We need to watch this lobby animation. Oh, also, guys, let's play this again one more time. What do y'all think about this skill 3 animation? A lot of people actually did not like Paris too much for different reasons. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this overall. I think I'm a little biased. Taeyou's never been a character I really care about. But I mean, it looks, his design looks good. The S3 looks fine. I wouldn't say it's like one of the better ones, but it's not one of the worst ones. And yeah, like I keep saying, it looks good. So what's the lobby animation about? We got the, everyone has this kind of jacket in high school. He's next to one of the Emerald Fives in the school arc. The purported top dog of Ganhai. And he's got a cool outfit, cool pose. Anything else? Oh, he's got a journal? Is that what that is? Dang. Usually kids in high school just have like iPads. All right. Or their phones, no? Alrighty. So we do know. anyways. Let's go and watch the showcase and talk shop about his skill set. Like I was saying, yeah, Zio looks great. I'm sure there's a lot of CR pushback enablers, a lot of the openers, in fact. Many of them do have CR pushback. As long as you can get this Taeyou to 100 Fighting Spirit to proc the possession, get the invincibility, leads into the AoE defense break, soul burn or not, we're going to probably be getting some good. I'm curious too, actually, guys, if a book is mandatory. Like if you bring Zio, obviously book is just going to be a no-brainer. But for comps, let's say people want to try RTA and have more options, like if Zio is banned. Let's say they plan to ban your book and build some resist like in previous seasons. I don't know if that's the case anymore. Things have shifted widely, but maybe another option could be build some effectiveness on him since you don't need crit chance. And apparently people are building him with no health either because of the 2-turn invincibility. I think you can go a lot of different directions with this build in case you don't have souls to soul burn off the bat. Obviously bringing souls and then going all damage seems like the no-brainer play, especially for Arena and Guild Wars. But yeah, I'm curious to see what people build here. And remember, guys, the damage does seem pretty good behind a Proof of Valor. Now, Defense Break is one of the most powerful. We have Self-Attack up. We auto-crit. So, and then, of course, Light Element versus Dark Element. We get that little bit of bonus damage here. But, yeah, it seems pretty cool. Additionally, we have the... I even missed it, guys. We have the Frida, obviously, for the Soul Burn synergy. And I think from here, with that D-Break, we just rip straight into... Okay, never mind. We're going to do a just... Soul Burn, extra attack. We're going to do a lot of Soul Burn extra attacks first. Holy sack. And we still have the skill 3 here. So where do we rip this? Goes into the Luna. Okay, so we proc the Crow. At least his artifact. Finish off the Luna. Although I think... How much health does this Luna have? I wonder if they could have just one-tapped her. 20k? I mean, a lot of Lunas around there. So to be safe, he did the extra S1 there. And then lit off. There's that finishing blow. I think considering how much damage his S1 did, though, he didn't need that. But, you know, better safe than sorry. There are some freakishly tanky Lunas. Here we go. Imperial Ilanov here on the other side. But it's all but over. Hitting into the deified Zio. Now, Crowd does have his S3 locked and loaded. However, we did see our push with Frida to get straight ahead there. I am noticing one thing. We didn't actually finish the Crow, but I mean, it doesn't matter too much. Zio goes bye-bye. Crow gets a tiny bit of healing. One of his new buffs. And then we have the Taeyou to finish here. There's no D-Break, but he does still have that special effect here. Let's see the damage. Wow, wait. 18k. 18k, guys, into this this Imperial Ilanov. That's quite respectable. And then Rylet here will finish the job. So I think for people, time will tell, guys. It is a little bit interesting. Is there no other ways for him to get the fighting spirit besides the combat readiness? Because if we can see here, right? Taxing the spirit, decreasing combat readiness. So I believe the roaring spirit fall, guys, doesn't have the CR pushback. Is that correct? Because I don't think I saw it either on the haste or on the Ilanov, right? Otherwise, he'd have some fighting spirit here. Let me see here again real fast. So we rip, where is it? I want to see his S1 here into the Ilanov. Did she resist or did it just not even have a pushback? She does give self CR, but yeah, I don't think there is a pushback. It's only on the unactivated form. So she would get she would get it now, or sorry, he would get it now, the fighting spirit. So you really need to do enough damage early on, unless you're going to build like a tankier Taeyou and plan to go in for multiple possessions. I think the playstyle, right, just at least the most common one in the beginning, will be build him, as you saw in the showcase, very glass cannon. Make sure you capitalize and just use that 2 turns of survivability to do enough damage to your opponent like they did here. After the defense break, get the bonus attacks, right? He gets the auto turn, and then any other finishers. You want to play very aggressive with him. And I think that's going to be the main play style. I'm not sure how viable it is going to be to try to go into another possession before he dies again. But yeah, I think that's about it for Taeyou. I'm actually not sure where to place him in terms of power levels yet. I knew Lone Wolf Pair was going to be strong off the bat. And by the way, guys, a lot of people were telling me Lone Wolf Pair was not going to be viable in RTA. And I think from what we've seen, she's very, very strong there. Taeyou, though, I want to have a more reserved take. And yeah, I'm not actually sure how much he will impact the meta. The damage is real, guys. I wasn't really convinced on a D-break on the haste. But the S1 damage here into Ilanov, who's also very tanky, was quite nice. I'm just really confused that I feel like they should have gave him combat readiness, but maybe that would have been too powerful. It's also interesting they only said dual attack, not extra attack, counter attack, right? For this to proc, so there could be other options here, but I think the main one will just be like in the showcase. All right, well, we'll see when he officially comes out, guys. Thank you so much as always for watching, and stay tuned for the upcoming Brawl Guild War changes. We do have some good stuff coming for Epic 7. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.